Have you ever watched a grasshopper and just been totally amazed? You see this tiny little bug minding its own business, and then suddenly, whoosh, it launches itself into the air, covering a distance that just seems impossible for its size. Well, it turns out our eyes aren't deceiving us. Grasshoppers are the undisputed Olympians of the insect world, and their jumping ability is nothing short of a superpower. Think about this. A grasshopper can jump up to 20 times its own body length in a single leap. Let's put that into human terms. Imagine a person who is 6 feet tall. If they had the same jumping power as a grasshopper, they could leap 120 feet in one go. That's like jumping over 4 school buses lined up end to end. It's almost like a comic book hero's ability, but it's happening every day in gardens and fields all around us. So what's the secret behind this incredible feat? Is it just super strong leg muscles? Well, yes, but there's more to it than that. It's a marvel of biomechanics. A grasshopper's hind legs are not just oversized muscles. They are a perfectly designed biological catapult. Inside their legs, they have a special piece of cuticle that acts like a spring. The real magic happens in the release. The grasshopper holds this tension with a special locking mechanism in its knee joint. When the time is right, it unlocks the joint, and all that stored energy is released in an explosive burst. It's so fast, so powerful, that the leg extends in just a fraction of a second, launching the grasshopper into the air with incredible force. This system is way more efficient than relying on muscle contraction alone. Muscles can only contract so fast, but releasing a spring, that's almost instantaneous. This is why a grasshopper S-jump is more of a launch than a leap. This amazing ability isn't just for show, it's a critical survival tool. When a predator like a bird, a lizard, or even your curious pet cat comes along, a grasshopper doesn't have time to think. It needs to get away, and it needs to get away fast. This explosive jump allows it to vanish from a predator's sight in the blink of an eye. They don't even need to aim perfectly. The sheer unpredictability of where they will land is often enough to confuse whatever is trying to eat them. It's their ultimate escape plan. But their jumping isn't only for escaping danger. It's also their primary mode of transportation. Why crawl when you can fly, or in this case, leap? Jumping is an incredibly energy-efficient way to move from one plant to another to find food or a mate. Instead of a slow, laborious crawl, a few quick jumps can cover a lot of ground, helping them explore their environment and find the resources they need to thrive. Let's dive a little deeper into the anatomy of this super jumper. If you ever get a chance to look at a grasshopper's hind leg up close, you'll see it's much larger and more muscular than its other 4 legs. These are the engines of the jump. The femur, which is the upper part of the leg, is packed with those massive muscles we talked about. The tibia, the lower part, is long and slender, designed to provide the leverage needed for a powerful push-off. And at the very end, they have tiny claws that give them a firm grip on whatever surface they're jumping from, whether it's a blade of grass or a rocky path. Engineers and roboticists are actually studying grasshoppers to design better jumping robots. The principles behind the Grasshopper S jump storing energy in a spring and releasing it quickly are being used to create small, agile robots that can leap over obstacles. These grasshopper bots could one day be used in search and rescue missions, exploring disaster sites, or even navigating the terrain on other planets. It's a perfect example of biomimicry, where we look to nature to solve complex engineering problems. Nature has had millions of years of research and development, so why not learn from the best? It's also interesting to note that not all grasshoppers are created equal. There are thousands of different species around the world, and their jumping abilities can vary. And let's not forget their cousins, the locusts. When grasshoppers swarm, we call them locusts, and their jumping ability, combined with flight, allows them to travel vast distances and consume entire fields of crops. It's the same basic mechanism, just on a much larger and more destructive scale. When a grasshopper lands, it's not always the most graceful event. Sometimes they tumble and roll, but their tough exoskeleton protects them from the impact. They can quickly right themselves and get ready for the next jump. It's a reminder that their system is built for effectiveness, not necessarily for elegance. The main goal is to get from point A to point B or away from a predator as quickly as possible. Think about the sheer power involved. The acceleration a grasshopper experiences during takeoff is immense, many times the force of gravity. If a human were subjected to that kind of force, it would be extremely dangerous. But the grasshopper's body is built to withstand it. You're not just looking at a bug jumping, you're witnessing a masterclass in biomechanical engineering. A tiny creature using a system perfected over millennia is defying gravity in a way that we can only dream of. It's a powerful reminder that some of the most amazing wonders of the natural world are right under our noses. Or, in this case, at our feet.